4. 6 teams have had to be eliminated from the initial stage of the tournament as well. So get ready, get set, let's go. It's great to be back. I'm Mr. Maximo. This two action, it's group action, 2 groups of 4 from the initial 14 teams that started this tournament, but only the top 4, top 2 from each group.
ঢুকা যাবে তো আরে লাইভ স্ট্রিম চলতেছে পাগল লাইভ স্ট্রিম চলতেছে এই যে দেখো না ইয়ারিছে কি এই যে লাইভ চলতেছে সব লাইভ চলো আপনি কেন কিছু করতেছেন না
this tournament, but only the top 4, top 2 from each group will make it through to finals day on Sunday and have the chance to secure that coveted trophy. But he's sounding here, Mr. Maximo, back with you after a little bit of a break after ECC, but I have been watching, I have been lurking, and I'm really looking forward to the run home here in Malta. So we're starting with match number 92, so it's the first match of this second phase of the competition. MMA Titans taking on Mata Day. Let's go over to the Sheriff, Charles Croucher, who's over there with the 2 captains. Let's see what happens in the match 92, coin toss.
Thanks, Vinny. We're ready for the toss with MMA Titans and Mata Day. Be Mata Day to call. Heads is the call, and it's a tail.
Ball first.
Titans have won the toss, ball first.
So Eben Bobby of the MMA Titans has won the toss and he's elected to bowl first. Not really surprising given the conditions. Now, how we got to this point in the competition, we started with 14 teams and they all played each other. So each team played 13 matches. Now, based on that, the top 8 teams have made it to this round 2 of the competition. They've been split into 2 groups, a group A and a group B. And each of the teams will just play 3 matches. They'll play the other teams in their group. They have carried through some points, or some teams have based on their performance as well in the initial phase of the competition. So in this game, the MMA Titans, they carry through 1 point because they finished in 3rd place in this group, out of the teams in this group. And for the other side, Mata Day, they finished in 8th place actually. They were able to secure that spot. Only just Marsa were certainly favourites, I thought, to secure a spot ahead of them. But they don't carry through any points. Having said that, things can change very quickly. But each of the teams from here, they only have 3 matches to prove their case and try and break into the top 2 in their
আসসালামু আলাইকুম সবাই লাইক করুন শেয়ার করেন আর কে কোন জায়গাতে লাইভটা দেখতেছেন সবাই কমেন্টে জানা যাবেন
He was able to string a big run of half centuries together, but he's out with a broken finger, so someone really has to step up for them, I think, on the chase. They do lead with the ball though, which I think is pretty smart, but they're going to have to deal with some big players for Mata Day. Obviously Lala Mehboob Ali listed to open the batting. Sri Jay Patel also a very handy player. We saw him at the ECC a little while ago for the Maltese national team. So Sam Aquilina behind the subs, also a pretty handy man to have with the gloves for Mata Day, no doubt about that. As far as the teams in the initial phase of the competition, we saw that the MMA Titans had 6 and 7 records, so they're kind of neither here nor there. For Mata Day, I mentioned they just snuck into 8th place after the round robin stage with a 4 and 7 record. A couple of no results in there as well. So look, this is a game that could go either way. Every game here is pretty influential, I think, as far as your chances to push into the top 2. Both these teams, they start out of that top 2 as well, which is pretty important. So really, the team that doesn't win here, I think it's a tough run home for them. Weather-wise, well, I can tell you, it's plenty of sunshine at the moment. It's been a little bit hit and miss with the weather as well here. It's currently about 19 degrees. It should get up to about 23. And as usual, the field does retain a lot of water earlier in the day, but I think it should get better as the day goes on. But certainly a little bit soft underfoot first up this morning. Corey Ruckers is standing by. I want to say big thanks to Rico. He's got a few days off before he'll start Barcelona on Monday, and I'll be there with him before you know it. But right now, Corey is going to take you through some of the action we saw yesterday, and looking forward to being over there with you as well. Corey, I can tell you, MMA Titans have won the toss. They've elected to bowl in the first match of the second phase of the competition. Corey, over to you. Let's get ready for the start of the day.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to the European Cricket Network. Great to have Vinny Sandu back on this beautiful little island we call Malta, as we have a look at yesterday, and it was a juggernaut clash to start the day. 14th versus 13th in Malta. Lots of people were taking time off work to watch this one, as overseas were kept to 90, and then they defended it by 6 runs. What a fantastic game of cricket to start a day in the ECN universe, and then this took us into one of the biggest boilovers I've ever seen. Marsa probably just needed 1 point to go through.
হ্যালো আসসালামু
They
আলাইকুম
were
সবাই
restricted
লাইক
to
করে
90
শেয়ার করবেন
points
কমেন্ট
after
করবেন
30 of the
আর কে
first
কোন
group
জায়গা
had
থেকে
done.
লাইভটা দেখতেছেন
And
সবাই
then
জানাই দেবেন
amazingly, AUM
ইনশাআল্লাহ
got there off
আপনাদের
the
সবার
last
উত্তর
of
দেব
all in the 7th to take all 4 points. This took us into the afternoon session. Red Stars 117, chased down by Overseas
আমরা
again. Overseas doing the
ছোট
job.
ইউজার ভাই
And
সবাই সাপোর্ট
leads up
করবেন
quick 27 off 9.
সাবস্ক্রাইব করে পাশে থাকা বেল আইকনটা অন করে দিবেন আর আমরা নতুন নতুন লাইভ নিয়ে আসলে সরাসরি আপনাদের কাছে চলে আসবো ইনশাআল্লাহ
19 for 5. And then let's have a look at the final game, and this is what you call the early crow. The buses were called early because Marsa ran riot. They knocked off Red Stars in 4.1, and unbelievably, they lost on the table to net run rate. We'll look at that now. Oh, Marsa, what have you done? They only needed 1 point in that game versus AUM, and they blew it. We say goodbye to Marsa, Overseas, Red Stars, Blasters who forfeit a game, AUM and Victoria Lions. Oh boy, credit to Masita Warriors and Crusaders that will take over the majority of
ভাই
the
কেউ লাইক
points.
করেন না ভাই
The group's now split up into
স্ক্রিনটার উপরে
this.
ডাবল টাচ করলেই লাইক
It
হয়ে
goes
যায়
to 2, 4, 6,
কেউ
8
লাইক
is
করেন না
what
ভাই
you're looking at there. The
এত
other
তো
group
মানুষ
in
আছেন
Group B
কেউ
is
একটা
1,
লাইক
3,
করেন
5,
একটা
7, and
শেয়ার
you can
করলে
see
তো
some of the
হয়ে যায়
points
ভাই
are being carried over. So the Warriors effectively carry over a win, the Edicts Knights effectively carry over a washout, and the Titans carry over a loss with a point, and Mater Dei have been swept in one basically. So all happening. This is the other group, Group B. You see the Crusaders there, 3, Strikers 2, Gozo's Army. Don't underestimate them. They're sort of quietly going under the radar. And Zero United, I've actually not seen. They played basically all their games before I came. So that is the two tables. That is a lot of information to consume in a morning. And here's a man that has a lot of information in general. Vinny Sandu, welcome back, Vinny.
Good morning, Corey. It's been forever since we've been together. Good morning to all the viewers as well. And yeah, well, a beautiful sunny day in Malta. So has the weather been this perfect every day?
Absolutely perfect, Vin. No rain out days, no nothing. The reason you're sitting on a pallet is because this flooded like you wouldn't believe.
I did hear some of your mud updates over the last few days, but yeah, it's a beautiful day here, really. And it's nice to be back in Malta. Actually, it's my first time I've been here this year.
Really?
Because, yeah, it's the first time we've done ECS here. And, yeah, we're well into week 4 now. MMA Titans, interestingly, they're higher ranked on the table, but they're given only a 35% chance against Alala Field Mater Dei, 65%. I wonder if some of that's got to do with the fact that Michael Duss isn't in the lineup for MMA Titans. He was on a bit of a hot streak, wasn't he, earlier in the tournament? And yeah, it's in some way. Plenty's happened. I've been lurking a bit. I've been trying to take a bit of time out as well. These are the two teams with Mehboob Ali and Trijay Patel listed to open for Mater Dei. And I imagine that's the way they will go. Aquilina behind the stumps and Muthu Kumaran, a fan favourite in their leading Mater Dei. Who had a golden ball win earlier in this tournament as well, breaking the streak. Evan Bobby leads the MMA Titans today, and he's also listed to open the batting. But yeah, definitely when you start out of the top 2 in this phase, you need to work your way in. So it's a huge game for both these two teams.
Both these teams, Vin, basically should buy a lottery ticket. They were so lucky. So everyone knows about Mater Dei. Obviously, they had about 5 results in a row go the way. MMA Titans rocked up the other day knowing that they needed basically the perfect day. Well, the team didn't rock up. They got 4 points when it was only going to be maximum 3 because it was already down to 6 overs.
Yeah.
And then the next game, Red Stars rocked up with 9. And they got 8 points. And now they're through. They take a point. It's unbelievable. These two teams are just happy to be here.
You need personnel. I mean, this is one thing that we're pretty clear about. Okay, they've gone for Ruffy opening the batting with Trijay Patel. Interesting that.
Oh.
So, yeah, just kind of leaving
Lala's not been in great touch with the bat. Bowling well, fielding well, but his batting's just fallen a bit behind.
Okay, yeah, but Ruffy's a good player as well. Trijay Patel, we saw him play for Malta recently. Looks like we're going to get Into George getting us going. So, yeah, these teams all have 3 matches to prove their case in the next couple of days. It's round 2 action, and the clock ticks over to 8:30 local. It's the slot machine. Into George 777 to get us going. Here we go. think it's in a pretty good spot. First up, how are you anyway, personally? I know we've chatted a bit off here, but
Personally,
yeah, out of 10.
7 today. I had one of those wake-ups where the alarm went off, and I don't know the alarm went off. I woke up 4 hours, and I was, oh, sweet, I've still got a couple of hours, but it was 6:59. I was so disappointed. It's the worst way to wake up.
Does happen. Anyway, it's George.
I have to be honest, I'm absolutely shocked by this from Mutu and Martaday. These last 2 innings, he's struck at about 80. He hits a 6 every now and then, but he plays and misses a lot. I think you just got to stick with Lala and
Getting his eye in.
yeah, is Lala here?
You'd hope so.
It's been a funny series, Vinny.
A lot of laughing. Anyway, this time, third time lucky, you'll get a bit of bat on this. And here's the first run of this phase of the competition. You could see a fair few new teams as well. It's certainly something that we like to track as we return to places to see new teams popping up. MMA Titans, first time we've seen them in an ECS, which is great, is Ruffy, who's wearing the Jumbo 747, the Boeing 747 jersey.
He's been good. He's been just he always takes a 1 for at least and always knocks up a 20. Just a consistent T10 player.
Golden Ball hero taking that catch as well
Was he?
to win the game on the juggle. That's pretty well bowled. George has been in good areas so far. They will take a single. It's been a little bit soft underfoot. First up in Malta, regardless of the conditions.
ভাই
Well,
আপনারা
Scotty,
যদি
who's
লাইভটা
watching from
দেখতেছেন একটা
Victoria,
লাইক একটা শেয়ার করে
head of
দেন
the ECN Supporters Club Australia. And by the way,
Scott Edwards.
his name's Scotty.
Scott.
From the ECN. Oh yeah, you think it's Scott Edwards? I can tell you he's not, because he's been posting some great content, which I've been keeping track of. So hello Scotty, nice to see you. Hello to Mahmood White, who's watching from Bangladesh, and hello to Dave B, watching from France, I'm sure. Oh, that one's hit pretty well by Shujo Patel. I don't know what you're talking about, Corey, because that looks pretty good to me. Maximo! First one of the day.
It's very Patel-like. He'll go ... 6, ... 6, but can he get on a bit of a flow chain? Keep his strike rate above 100. That is super important for the team.
Nice shot, because he goes with the line of the ball there. A lot of footwork, but excellent contact from Shujo. Yeah, so I want to say hello to Jeff Mobbs. Apparently it's his birthday today, so happy birthday, Jeff. Hope you have an awesome day. Great that you're spending the first bit of it with us here. Hello to Johnny Heason as well, and Rob Thompson's watching from New Zealand. Anyone I've missed? This one ties him up a bit, gets a long way ahead, in front of the stumps. It's seemed a bit high judging by the shot that he's playing here. It's a shortish climbing. It's a good decision. And a bit of a mixed bag in that first over. 8 without loss after 1.
Yeah, so these are the statistics, Vin. It's been the maximum rate and the 4 rate have been going touch and touch when go with each other the whole time.
It's a race between the Maximos and the 4s. Slightly more 6s than 4s here. This outfield is normally pretty true. I know it's a little bit slow because of some of the weather we've had as well, but 11.1 runs and over, second highest scoring run rate we've seen in a multi-series, and we have been here a fair bit all the way since 2020, in fact. Typically, we are here at the end of the year as well, and not too much between wind spanning first and wind spanning second. The highest chase we've seen is 141. It's only a far cry from some of the stuff we saw at the Khartoum Oval. Of course, last time we commentated together was in the ECC. Second overtime, and Stibbin James.
It's my last actual game.
Last game you would have done
Group D.
It would have been Group D. I'm going to tell you exactly, because then you were busy coaching Spain to 5th in a championship week.
Might as well not come back.
I know you thought about it.
Costly week for the old pocket again. Just 5th place.
Your incentive space package with Spain probably not doing any favours. Cracked out in bottom. Anyway.
Cricket's a terrible game because we were 1 delivery away from finishing 3rd in that group. Yeah, it was a funny old week. We didn't play great, to be honest.
Yeah, it happens. It was hard level competition.
It was actually a bit weird. The players that were in the top of form just had a bit of a slower sort of week.
The last game we did together was Netherlands 11 versus Sweden at Group D Finals Day, Qualifier 1. What do you recall about that game?
Say that again, sorry.
All right, that one's hit pretty well as well. And that's going to go the same spot as the first one from Sri Patel. Maximo, his second of the morning.
Yeah, that's it. That's like Patel. He hits sixes, but he gets dots in the middle. He's a funny player to watch, but that's a better shot, 6 runs.
So we did the first half of the Group D finals day together. So we saw Norway beat Italy in the eliminator. And
That's
then we
right.
saw the Netherlands
Like
beat Sweden to go straight
Jeez,
through the final.
Italy were short of a gallop this year, weren't they?
Can happen.
Karen,
There's also a bit of stuff behind the scenes. Don't know how much you talked about it or how much we can say about it.
We've already told them basically a bomb's about to go off. The biggest news you can imagine is going to hit soon.
I'm just going to hold off till I get full clearance. It's not a good ball from James. To be fair, I think MMA have been pretty good so far, getting the ball in the right spot, and that one gets away from James.
How was your trip overall though? You enjoyed
Yeah,
yourself?
I probably unplugged as much as I have done for a while. I had 3 weeks off, so I went back and visited family and friends in Australia. Even went and visited some of my extended family in Malaysia for a week.
Nice.
So that was fun. My Netflix side been caught a while. But I'm going to say it's thanks to the hard work of all the crew here and all the TV crew we've got and all the crew on the ground that things running very, very smoothly. So I didn't have to do too much in my 3 weeks off. But yeah, definitely excited about running out the season now. 6 weeks to go on the season before we have a little bit of a break. See here, this series is second only to the Encore series last year. As far as the run rate score, it shows it's been thriller-minute stuff. Again, seems a bit high.
Do you see what I mean about Patel now? Loves a 6, but loves a dot.
A little bit of the old kind of stop clock is right twice a day about Patel.
Yeah.
Breadcrumbing us here. Just the odd 6, just keeping us in it. But I've also seen Sri Patel. He's a very good player. He's just probably a little bit out of nick at the moment. I've seen him come and dominate. So it's not that he doesn't have the ability to just keeping us.
Got the big call up, did he?
Oh, it's going like Maximo.
You sounded that. You made that sound like a player had been grinding for New South Wales for years, and he finally banged.
Not today, pretty much bang on the average run rate. He is 23 with that loss after 2. Hey, so I didn't want to be the first to correct you, but the groups aren't necessarily a 1-3-5-7, 2-4-6-8 because that would make the second group weaker. So this is Group A, and it's actually 1-3-6-8 from the first phase. Do you follow me?
Not at all.
Okay, I'll explain that in a second. So
Because the teams are so variable, I don't think it really.
mathematically, that's how you do it. You split the groups. So you have 1-3-6-8 in one, and you have 2-4-5-7 in the other.
Not a fan of that.
Well, that's like saying if you had. Well, you don't have to do it. It's done for you. It's like saying we had the semi-final 1 versus 3.
What about having 1 and 4, 5 and 8?
That'd be alright.
Yeah, that's like the footy, isn't it?
Alright, that one is up in the air. And that's going to be for Rafi. He gets his first boundary. Been a bit starved with the strike so far. George just over pitch. Goes for 4 runs.
Yeah, the Boeing 747 has landed. Nice shot.
Yeah, 1-4-5-8 would be the same thing.
Yeah. Okay. I only follow that because of the Australian rules football finals and that.
I was back in Australia, like I said. The weather's pretty similar to here, actually. I spent a bit of time in Perth. At 23 degrees every day. Hit the beach a couple of times.
Yeah. What beach do you usually go to?
I went to Scarborough more than anything this time. I do like Sea Beach in Perth. Cottesloe's very nice as well. Alright, goes for this. Hit high, and it's got the journey. Not quite. Let's have a look at Abraham does the fielding.
Did the Titans win the toss, Vin?
They won the toss and elected to bowl.
I've been saying this for a week now. These teams that elect to bowl first, it is so dewy that the fielders don't feel confident running. The ball gets wet quickly. You got to bat first in the morning game.
Do you think? Well, I think there's.
Yeah, trust me.
Also, the ball gets heavy. Like that's an example of one that really plugs that later on might run away for 4. I don't think anyone enjoys the due first.
আসসালামু আলাইকুম ভাইজান সবাই এটা লাইভটা শেয়ার করে দেন লাইভটা শেয়ার করে দেন
First week of the day, bowling
লাইভটা
7-4-7.
শেয়ার করলে
That one, Vinny has to go.
আমরা একটা সরো ইউজার লাইভটা শেয়ার করে দেন সবাই সাবস্ক্রাইব করে বেল আইকনটা অন করে দেন
Actually, Chakaman Fate, as Rico would say, and by the way, hello Rico, who I know is departing Malta today for Barcelona. They'll be doing from Monday.
Traditionally in India and places like this that get dew, they get wetter in the night. So usually you bowl first because by the time you bat, the bowlers struggle to hold the ball. And I'm just watching a few with towels and things like that. So I just think teams are always think bowl first in T10, but you got to look at the conditions a bit. It will get better for batting as the day goes on.
Yeah, I think what we've learned over the last couple of years as well is in wet conditions, batters have done really well, even because these balls don't tend to hold a lot of water, these grizzly balls. They
speed up.
Yeah. So often the ball getting softer and the ball getting heavier makes it harder to hit, and that's a bit of a negative for batters, but hasn't proved that way with these Grizzlies. Is Lala Mehboob Ali, and he's going to start with 6 runs. Gone, Maximo! Lala time has arrived.
Good on him. I hope he finds some form. It's a funny one. I understand that he feels like he hasn't made the runs he would have liked, but I think you just got to ride it out. I feel like him at 3, he doesn't change the way he bats. I think he just misses out on potentially more runs.
Still got over 7 overs to bat. Yeah, I suppose it depends on what your alternatives are. Ruffy never got too much to strike. So.
Mehboob Ali's a genuine opener. I think he should always ride the wave.
Fair assessment. And now he's going to try something similar, but doesn't get under it this time. No real urgency in the run between the wickets, but they will take one. Last ball of power play coming up.
So big Mehboob Ali gets going.
So I haven't obviously spent too much time with the viewers lately. So if you have any questions or want to know what I got up to, or a little bit of breaking news behind the scenes, then let us know in the chat. ECN European Cricket Network. Nice to be back though. But I will say that commentary box situation's changed a little bit since last time I was here in Malta.
Oh, well, you should have seen the first 5 days of the week we had this net in front of us as well, so this has only just gone up.
Protection.
Looking through for a while. I don't mind being elevated. I like the elevation.
I remember the first ECL, and actually in some other tournaments since we were right up, basically above the sight screen. You remember, actually you commentated a game in the ECL in 2019 as a guest, so you would have been up in that spot.
There you go.
Alright, last ball for George. It's down the leg side for a wide. Yeah, so Dave B saying the bowling is grounded, of course, 7-4-7. Well, Ruffy was caught. So look, you look at it this way, that Ruffy faced 5 balls that I suppose you could argue Mehboob Ali would have faced if he was opening, so it probably doesn't make too much of a difference because Patel's had most of the strike. This time he's going to pull, and this will test the outfield. Running away. Well, that's a good bit of fielding. Kind of letting the natural momentum do the work. They'll only get a single. That's excellent work. And that's really great running from Lala Ree, who should have gotten 2 and gotten the strike. Have a look at this from Ben-Hur Joy. Wow, that stop was bigger than Ben-Hur. End of the power play. 39 for 1.
Yeah, Lala doesn't run. Lala does what Lala wants. A lovely bit of fielding to save a couple of runs. 39, I think that's a pretty good power play for Mar today.
Yeah, I think so, especially when you're sent in. Hello to Lee Tuck, who is in the chat. I think he's going to be playing with from overseas as well. Doing a good job. Hello to Wikipedia as well. So give me some chat news. Now, I've heard that you've been kind of living up to your reputation with the chat. You said the purge is coming. What do you mean by that? I've been asked to press you on that.
We're talking about favourite movies. I told you the Purge movies are very good movies.
Watched a few movies over.
The second Purge is my favourite.
Can I tell you something that I'm not kind of proud of? I'd never seen the Godfather movies.
Really?
I watched them over my break. But 3 was trash.
Usually
the first 2 was very good. First 2 were very good. Here's to the car and coming on to bowl over 4. Field goes back now. Patel gets 1 here. Okay, if that's his role with Lala, then at least
I'm happy if he's getting 1.
Yeah.
3 isn't great. There's a lot of movies that Home Alone 3, terrible. The top 2 are usually
good 3. Back to the Future 3, in my mind, it's not bad.
It's not great though.
It's
the worst of the 3.
Yeah.
Even the Hangover movies, the 3rd's the worst. There's not many the 3rd's the best.
I think it's the 3 with Godfather. It was like 17 years later. I think the first 2 are like a year apart. Lala goes up and goes over the top, and I think it's going to bounce just inside the rope. It will be 4 runs, 4 carreras.
What's the best 3rd movie in a trilogy?
Jaws? Jaws 19.
Probably actually Harry Potter.
Oh, yeah.
I think the Harry Potters get better.
Star Wars?
Yeah, I think you're going there. I can't. But Lord of the Rings. Yeah, third Harry Potter's probably the best one.
Agreed.
What about Lord of the Rings? Sorry?
Alright, Lala, it's a different game with him out there, isn't it? This is going to test the fielder. Also, nice work.
Good fielding.
Yeah, they've been pretty good with what they've been able to do so far. Chuck a punt that time, making a good stop. I haven't seen too many movies lately.
I only learned something recently about movies and Netflix and everything. I didn't realise if you change your VPN to another country, you get their Netflix. It's opened up a whole world for me. I'm currently in Brazil watching Brazilian Netflix.
VPN is legal?
They are, right?
I guess so. It's a great area.
Is it? They're advertised.
Jurisdiction, are they?
Well, they're advertised on nearly every. I'm sure there's some people with a VPN watching now on YouTube.
Probably. All of India viewers. Make sure you tune in Fanco though if you're watching India. It's your best experience. Down Lakeside, Patel. A funny old time. I suppose he's striking 150, which in this tournament probably is alright. Probably the ECC probably wasn't really cutting it. Jidakar getting a good lift there. But yeah, it's just nice to be back in Maltese. It feels like home being back on the island. Yeah, by the way, Alex said Lord of the Rings 3 is the one that won the Oscar. Alright, goes up. This doesn't get a lot of it. Just out of the grasp though of the captain, Eben Bobby. I'll get a single. Bit of a war of attrition in this series as well, with teams playing 13 matches, and now you've got to string together 3 decent games to push for the semi-final spot on Sunday. So, yeah, Sunday, because the length of the day, it's only 2 semi-finals and the final, so 3-game day.
Yeah.
Sunday. Sure you hear that?
Yeah, I did look at the Sunday night flights out.
Lala gets crowded up for room, and the first time looks like he might run.
I'm here till Tuesday.
Yeah, that's true.
Wow.
That's good.
Now I'm off to Barcelona the following week.
And the over 47 for 1 after 4.
Yeah, you can explain.
There's no flats out.
Yeah, you can explain to the partner the because she said, so when to finish? It's Saturday afternoon. When am I going to see you? Tuesday afternoon. Oh.
I can actually give you some tips. There's an awesome sea cave here you can kayak to.
Okay.
It's right up your alley.
Sea cave.
Yeah. It's very, very good. As long as you don't get lost trying to kayak back, in which case you might have to send out a distress signal. Been up to Gozo yet?
No, that's one thing I would love to.
Gozo.
I would really love to.
The one thing I haven't got, because I'm only here basically for the last 4 days of this series, is I haven't rented my scooter.
Okay.
I normally rent the scooter here, but obviously with we have a day off here, so I'm going to have to take the car like a freaking controller.
Yeah.
Taking the scooter to Gozo, which is the island just north of the main island. It's also Camino there. It's another spot. They shot the Blue Lagoon. But you can't, there's no bridge, so you drive onto the boat takes you there, and then you drive off the other side. Bobby gets the ball, the skipper, and over number 5.
Lala might be licking those lips right now. Bobby's a good little player, but he is gentle with his pace. If Lala gets in here, it could be violent.
Being in Australia as well, a lot of hype obviously with the Border Gavaskar series coming up.
Yeah, of course, yep. Should be good. There's cricket everywhere at the moment.
Pakistan doing a number on Australia in the...
Yeah, it seemed like we really cared about that bilateral 50-over series.
Lala reaches and goes off the end of the bat though, and it's going to go for 6. Maximal. Ben Hudroy went back as far as he could, but he couldn't keep it in the ballpark. 50's up as well for today.
Yeah, and this is what my worry was for Bobby. I think he probably shouldn't be trying to take down Lala. Lala loves this sort of pace, and he's so powerful. That wasn't even near the middle of the bat. It's going to be high spin.
Could be, but also I like the spinner to Lala. I think he tends to overswing a bit sometimes. Might get a fall shot. Like that, and he's dropped. Well, he ran in for no particular reason, and tried to take it like a hanger. Mehboob Ali gets super lucky dropped by Aaron Raj on 18.
Good call from you. He did overswing, and it should have been caught. He came running in. He got excited, and see that big sawdust there? That's a genuine hole.
Yeah, but it's full of sawdust, like a bunker. We've called for a while.
Yeah,
have the bunker on the field. This time Patel gets a fair piece of it and gets it out of the ground. Maximal! That was large from Srijay. He seems to be batting himself into a bit of form here, swinging into the 60s, I might today.
Yeah, nice shot. Really nice shot. That was in the wheelhouse, and he got it away. And Bobby probably didn't deserve to have him on strike. He should have been bowling to a new batter, but it goes for 6.
The other thing is, I'll probably mention it after this ball, but there's been some crazy weather happening in Europe, particularly Southern Europe.
Oh, it's not good.
This is down the ground and tests the fielder. He's up to the test. He'll get a single. The devastating floods in southern Spain, including the region that we just came from with the ECC. So, on behalf of the ECN, thoughts go out to everyone affected by that. I know there's been loss of life. It's been quite sad, and it's even affecting now the Barcelona region, or has been. So I don't have any live updates about how Barcelona's looking, but hopefully it's not too serious. This one is up in the air now. Is it holding up? It is not. Okay, probably had another metre to work with. Maybe had a play on that ball, but it jumps over Chakapan. It's a maximal for Mehboob Ali, and at the end of the 5th over, it'll be 68 for 1. So just checking this to 6, but I think you'll find it is lifted up and out of the ground. And thoughts going out to everyone there. Pretty excited though to be back at the Carter Royal for the ECCW in December, but then of course with the ECL, and I'm going to work out how much we can say about the bombshell which is going to be dropped on the ECL in the next month or so. But
we must start building it, because isn't the first bombshell coming this Sunday?
Maybe it'll be put back to next Thursday or Friday, just to allow a bit of extra time. So I'm told.
No, but isn't it just the placement of things?
Yeah, probably.
We can do that Sunday. I'm here Sunday.
I have to follow what I've been told. But the ECL is coming. 35 clubs competing for the 5th edition of the ECL. This one's a bit of a draw shot from Srijay Patel, I think. Just inside edge through the legs and 4 runs. Mudday having the run of the game so far.
Yeah, they are. And he's got going in this one, hasn't he? 34 off 18. A little inside edge that flew away. Doesn't matter though. Runs on the board and he'll be happy with that.
This is change of bowling as well with Ben Hurjoy. As well. Also going to say thanks to all the commentators that have stepped up in Malta as well. We had Charlie and we had Phil G first up, and then Rico came. Now you're here. Now I'm here. 5 commentator series.
Yeah, it actually, everyone's been
like
involved.
A rolling roster.
Yeah, everyone's just been trying to make it happen, haven't they?
Back to 4 games a day instead of 5. I know you always you start thinking you're only getting into the swing of things by the middle of game 4. So how are you going with only the short 4-game day?
I don't think it's short. I think this is the happy medium. I think this is where life should be at. Shot. Oh no.
Yeah. He's either chewing gum or his own teeth. Gum or his own teeth there. Here's Aaron Raj. That one's off the forearm.
Into the chops.
Let's have a look at it.
Oh, yeah, you don't want to kiss a grizzly. Yesterday I saw someone get hit straight in the beak as well.
He started chewing twice as fast as well. Once the grizzly hit him, that's through the legs. Oh, Patel. He's certainly burgling a fair bit of the strike here, 34 off 22. But he might have they're on for 127, which looks like a winning score, especially no dust in the lineup. That time. Especially no dust in the lineup. That time, bit of fake footwork from Srijay. Doesn't really pay off. And we'll get 1 here. So all things considered, a pretty good over from Ben Hurjoy. It's the end of 6. And Mudday, 73 for 1.
Did they get rid of My Cricket in Australia?
Not to my knowledge.
Yeah, apparently it got taken down in huge uproars.
Hackers?
Not sure, but they used something different.
Somebody that was averaging kind of 7.5 has taken it down, because that's the one thing about. Luckily, I was kind of straddled the era. So, I played half of my cricket before everything's published as a
Yeah, that's why people are always looking things up on me, and I can always make up the other half.
Yeah, that's good. That's very nice.
Anyway, looks like we've got Bobby coming back to bowl out over number 7.
Yeah, play from Bobby.
Bobby coming back to bowl out over number 7.
Yeah, play from Bobby to come back now. I guess he did cause an opportunity to National Geographic watch as well.
That's where the holes come from, you know. Bobby coming back to bowl out over number 7.
Yeah, play from Bobby to come back now. I guess he did cause an opportunity to National Geographic watch as well.
That's where the holes come from, you know.
Oh, okay.
As well, yeah. Oh, that one is a bit of a challenge ball, but Patel's up for the challenge. Maximal to start the 7th over.
You've brought the best out of Patel. I'm telling you, it wasn't lying at all. His last 2 innings, he almost got retired twice, and now this one, he is flying. So 50 off 22 partnership. Martaday, who honestly, fate aligned, the planets aligned yesterday for them. All 8 planets, all got in an order, and they helped Martaday get through. And they are cashing in now. What a story it would be if they keep going deeper in this competition.
Yeah, gave Shrewsbury a little bit of a winky to win out there. I think it gave him that extra confidence. And right now he's going to get at least 1, maybe more, maybe 4. So that was all about the placement. The 50 partnerships come up now, and it just keeps on trucking. It's Martaday heading into the 80s.
I tell you what, this little engine Martaday,